All right, folks, what's going on? Sorry we're late. Technical difficulties. Everything was working and then it wasn't. So that's the way these things go. I guess we don't have to wait for everybody to show up. Look at that. Everybody is looking good. How's my sound? Everybody hear me okay? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Got everything you wanted, or, at least everything that you paid for. Now I got things popping up here. Of course. All right, folks, we got an exciting episode today. So welcome to the Dangerous Liberty podcast, where the only thing more dangerous than liberty is not having it. I want to welcome everybody. Thanks for showing up. Folks, and we got a lot of new folks up here. So if you're new, this is your first time showing up to this podcast, make sure you go ahead and throw up a first or something like that. That way I can recognize you. And again, we appreciate everybody. We appreciate especially those folks that show up every Wednesday. So again, we appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. We had a great year in 2023, and that's really what this one is going to be about, is talking about everything that we accomplished this year. And it wouldn't be without each and every one of you. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun to do this giveaway, and Summer and I decided that we were going to do it big. The other thing, Summer couldn't make it right now because I got a selfish 8-year-old that thinks he has to do extracurricular activities. So he's at wrestling, and she's doing her motherly duties and taking him there. Since she's not here right now, I always want to say, how much I appreciate her and all the work that she does. You guys have no idea the amount of work she puts into this business and making sure that everything is shipped on time, dealing obviously with the customers, and emailing and all the things that I definitely try to help out with, but she ends up doing the brunt of it. And man, she just kills it. And she needs to know how much I appreciate her and all the effort that she puts into this business. I get to do all the fun stuff on the range, and she gets to deal with enrollments and, billing and all of the stuff. She is the real one. Summer is the real deal. So first of all, again, I want to tell everybody, thanks for showing up. I see we still have some more folks coming in. I figured we would. All we got to do is give away $2,000 every episode, and we'll have a full house every episode. But for those of you that are joining us for the first time, look, we really appreciate you. And again, this is something that we try to do every single Wednesday. Obviously, I travel sometime, and we're going to talk about that because that's going to be changing. And we're going to get more consistent with this, and really more consistent with a lot of different things coming up in the 2023. So in the middle of this, I was actually typing out a couple of things that I want to talk about as far as our big year and some of the big accomplishments this year. So first of all, I want you guys to know that 2023 was our largest grossing year, or 2022 was our largest grossing year ever. 2023 is going to be even bigger. And again, it's because of you guys. We appreciate it. And we're going to continue to work hard for you guys. And again, this is all about being a community. So, continue to join us. I know a lot of you guys out there have my personal phone number. I try to answer those texts, emails, messages on here as much as I possibly can, but be patient with me. If you haven't heard from me in a day or two, make sure you send it again. I will get around to it. A lot of it gets lost in the sauce, but we are definitely going through, we're growing, right? And Summer and I are adapting to that. So we are already in the middle of changing systems. Our web guy, Dan, I don't know if he's on here. I haven't seen him yet. But he is adapting to the increased volume of traffic to our website, we have just a bunch of new products and companies that we are dealers with this year. So it's been great, but we are definitely going through it's not even growing pains, right? It's just, we're adapting to the new situation, which is really good. All right. Yeah, I got a lot, Daryl. a lot. I kind of want to go through here and address some of the questions and comments that we have coming up. Chad, it's good to see you. Daryl, always good to see you. Matt, John Hopen, good to see you. Greg H, Josh Dubik, Lee Anthony, Summer Melton, it's always great to see you. I got a present for you when you get home, baby. Don't you worry about that. So one of the things that I want to do tonight too is again, not only is this about gratitude, but it's also talking about how we're going to be growing in the new year. But we got a lot to be thankful for, and even outside of this business, just about every person on here has a lot to be thankful for. And that is one of the things that I wasn't expecting as much, but I've come to really appreciate and love about being involved in this business and doing this business is the relationships that we've been able to develop with, our clients, our training clients. And for those of you folks, that are rarely ordering from us, look, we see that and we appreciate that. And that's one thing that, again, I try not to push. We have a Patreon account, and if you want to donate to that, or do a monthly $5, $10, whatever it is, look, that's not something that I push a lot. That's not really how I want to go about earning your business. We want your business, right? Many of the people that are here are obviously into guns and gear. And I hope most people, and I think they do, most people appreciate the, if you guys call us, I spend 30, 40 minutes on a phone call with a person 3-4 times a day. Not only are we here to sell goods and services, but we're here as support. And I hope, maybe there'll be one day when we grow so much that we won't be able to do that. But I definitely want to stay committed to, that side of the business, the personal interaction. It's not just service, but making sure that, when you guys have questions, you can call and either talk to me or another subject matter expert on whatever it is that you're discussing. So, again, we appreciate that. And we'll continue to try to keep that first and foremost as we continue to grow. I think that is, I think that's really important. And again, I've appreciated talking to you guys. There's 3 or 4 clients that I end up texting with back and forth throughout the day, talking about different things. But anyways, I've enjoyed getting to know many of you, indirectly, if not directly. And this has been a fun experience. So again, continue to contribute to this community. And I don't mean monetarily to us necessarily. I'm talking about, there again, even when people come to courses and stuff, they become friends. And that's what I want this place to be, and a focal point for like-minded folks that believe in freedom. I don't even care if you're necessarily, 2A gung-ho. I think that's important. I think that's almost really the foundation of our freedoms. But, I want it to be a place where people can come speak their mind, and they'll get respectful conversation back and forth and a free exchange of ideas. That's what our country used to be founded upon, and that is something that is becoming more and more rare as we've seen this. Let's see what we got here. John says, great customer service builds longevity, and we're going to continue to do that. And there again, folks, as with business, especially as volume grows, there'll be mistakes, right? And, every now and then there was, we had where we had ordered, the wrong caliber, rifle was ordered. And those are things that we try to, obviously, that are very rare, first of all. But, we want to make sure that customers are taken care of and do whatever we can, that if we do make a mistake, number one, you're not going to hear a bunch of excuses. We're going to own that. And then we're going to take care of you as best we can. So we really appreciate your business. We hope that we continue to earn your business and, continue to tell people about us, whether it's our YouTube channel, whether it's about our store. We're going to continue to add. I already got a list of new companies that we're planning to become dealers with. Some of those we are already in talks with. We're going to continue to add that. We're going to continue to add content to our social media site. And most importantly, and where I always want to stay focused as far as the services part of our business goes is on the training side. You know, I was thinking about this today, folks. You know, I think that we're probably, when it comes to the training side, we're not even 30%, 25% maybe of our capabilities and capacity. And that's something that we're going to continue to expand on courses, continue to expand on the courses that we're already offering a deeper level of skill set. And there's just a whole lot more that we can do and that we will be doing and that I want to do. I definitely got several courses that I want to talk about that we'll be having in the new year, looking at some driving courses, some additional long range courses, additional low light courses. We're going to be getting into some night vision, low light training. So continue to look at that, both in long range and CQB type scenarios. So I know that's something that a lot of people are interested in, and we will continue to do. As far as this giveaway and how we're going to do this is I think like every 10 minutes or so, all we're going to do is draw some numbers. So what I want everybody to do right now, we're going to do our first of many. I got a whole thing of presents back there. Let's go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 100. And I will write mine down right now, and we will go ahead and start opening up gifts, and I'll get into some other comments. And by the way, anything that you have questions about or anything like that, it's still, you know, kind of a free for all. All right. I got the first number between 1 and 100. Let's see. 25, 47. Give you guys a second or two. Ooh, I see one that's close. We're going to cut it off at 720. At 720. And there's a timestamp by your numbers, so anything past 720. Between 1 and 100. Somebody, John has 143. Of course you do, John. And folks, just so you guys know, I have no idea what are in these boxes. So we put together a bunch of gifts, and then we have our whole shipping department back there. Summer helped me get started wrapping. You'll notice the gifts that Summer wrapped, because in my gifts that I wrapped, mine look a lot better. You can tell that she is not very good at this. You can tell this is definitely one of her jobs over here. It looks all crinkled at the bottom and stuff. I take a lot of pride in my wrapping. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and cut it off right there. The number is 37. Let me see. We'll go through this. And by the way, folks, I was talking to Summer. We're definitely going to make this an annual thing for sure. I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but the closest number I saw was 34. Saw a 34 in there somewhere. Ben Anderson. And folks, I may get some of this wrong. So if I end up saying, you know, the wrong guy or something like that, shoot me an email. I'll go back and look at it as well as it, and we'll do a tail of the tape. So 34, we got Ben Anderson. Ben, we're going to open up your first gift. Yeah, it's one number per person. Summer's over here. Summer's over here straightening me out over here. That's why I need her here. That's why I need her here. All right. So, one number per person, by the way. Ben Anderson, you win. I am going to open up this gift right here. I have no idea what this is. And by the way, folks, if you win, shoot us an email, services@ParamountTactical.com. We'll get your shipping information. If you're local, I'm not going to talk over this. Let me open this and then I'll talk. I know that'll ruin the audio. Then you get a box. This is a box. Ben, you get the gift of life. We got a Sam XT tourniquet and battle wrap. That is going to Ben Anderson. Ben, I'm going to write this down. Ben Anderson. All right. So I also want to talk about some of the big events that we have this year. And Summer, make sure that you're piping in and keeping me straight. Again, I started typing stuff out. I had to restart the computer and hadn't printed it out yet. So away that went. Anyways, some of the big events, I would say probably one of the most significant events this year was us becoming an MPA dealer. That video that I did on the MPA, number one, I knew that as soon as I got that rifle in and was able to review that, I definitely want to become a dealer for them. So I was familiar with MPA long before I had first gotten that rifle, but several years ago, the first time I'd seen them, we had some guys on the range with some MPA rifles, and I thought they were unbelievable. But at the time, I think the minimum, the cheapest one was around $4,000. Long story short, as soon as I found out that it was right after I had reviewed the Delta 5 Pro, and somebody suggested reviewing the MPA, and that's when I found out they had the PMR Pro 2 for $2,500. And folks, I can't tell you enough. If you haven't seen one of those rifles or shot one of those rifles, the rifle that you're getting for $2,500 is such a huge deal. So that was definitely a game changer. I think we've sold, since we became a dealer around July or August, we've sold over 60 rifles. And then of course, all the accessories and things like that. We were already doing that. We were selling a lot of accessories, obviously, but that has definitely been a game changer. I would say probably, the year before the game changer was, or something that really increased on the retail side, was Accutac. And I'll tell you, those two products still to this day, Accutacs and the PMR Pro 2, when we sell those products, those are products that people voluntarily email, text, send smoke signals, comment on our social media pages of, basically their expectations were blown away. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And that's what I'm very careful about when it comes to reviewing products or carrying products. I want to make sure that we're carrying stuff that I know that 99.9% of everybody out there is going to be, happy with it, and using my personal experience to vet products. If I had my way, I would do very little on the product side, and we'd always be out there constantly training on the range. And that's just not the reality. But if we're going to carry products, and I'm a gear geek anyhow, we're going to make sure that we're carrying something that we're always proud of. And, we're also going to be sensitive to things changing. Look, I constantly preach the fact that folks, we got to get out of the mindset of being loyal or married to certain products or brands, or because that stuff changes all the time. Number two, if you're not looking for newer and better, I think you're probably wrong, because you're going to be stuck in the past. And there's constant innovation in the firearms community. There's constant innovation in the tactics. We're getting better. Because of the conflicts over the last several years, we are constantly changing, and not only changing necessarily because tactics are, one tactic is better than the other, but it's good to learn new tactics because people are enemies, threats, criminals. They adapt to the old stuff. So as long as it's tactically sound and makes sense, we should be adapting both from an equipment standpoint and from from an equipment standpoint and from a tactics standpoint. You got to be constantly evolving. If you're not evolving, you're going extinct. Let's see here. Yep, just like Summer said, those are definitely our two top brands without a doubt as far as volume goes. Your assessment is echoed by me. Yeah, Big Bore 44. Absolutely. Derek says, you got me on Accutac years ago, and they've been great. One of my most accurate rifle. The hoodies, John, we appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the hoodie. Look, Folks, it has taken us like 3 or 4 years to get decent hoodies in. Because both Summer and I are very picky when it comes to, any of the apparel stuff, hats, shirts, any of that stuff. Again, we take a lot of pride in our business. We take a lot of pride in what we do, and we make sure that we're getting something that is, makes sense from a cost standpoint. And look, on the hoodies and t-shirts, folks, we don't make money. That is not what those are for. We give those away to Top Gun winners, or usually like second and third place winners. But also it's a branding thing, obviously, and it's fun. And plus we enjoy wearing it out on the range and things like that. Let's see. We got Donald Boat. I'm new to your channel. I found you when I was looking at ways to mount a scope. I found your method extremely practical, simple, and solid. I purchased the levels and the device and the Viper type. Well, thanks, Don. I'm glad you found us, and welcome to the Paramount family. I still got to do some additional updates to the scope mounting video. That is the video that I get. We continue to get the most traffic on. Some of it's a little trollish. Look, folks, at the end of the day, there isn't necessarily a right or wrong way. And I know I'm jumping around here because I have ADD and I just want to. When it comes to mounting a scope, there are several ways that you can do that correctly. None of it really matters. What matters is verification. You can have the best tools, you can use the best, and there's still, number one, something internally could be broken with that optic. So mounting it correctly ultimately is the moot point. There could be other mechanical issues that you're going to identify. And then on top of that, there's always, human error. So, that method, there's lots of methods out there that work. That method I have found over the years through testing, actual testing. That is the method that diminishes the amount of variables and problems that you run into. And if you got another way that works for you, make sure you do that. That's fine. But I'm telling you, if you verify your level and you follow the steps that I put out in that video, folks, you will have an absolutely straight scope. But when you're done, you still got to go out there and shoot a tall target. So that's another video to do. So much to sell Accutac, they should build the claw, feet, and spike as one assembly instead of $40 for each. End up having to pay 80 on something so simple. Great prices otherwise. Yeah, Richie, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I do think, and I think at one time, Summer can correct me if I'm wrong, I think at one time, early on, I'm pretty sure they sold that all as one set. I do understand them not selling them as a set because I believe you can use the claw, or you can use the spikes without the claw, or vice versa. And then there's times when you would only want one or the other. But I do think that they used to sell that as a one set. And I do understand what you're saying there. I wouldn't want them as one assembly just for that reason, because there are times when I use the claws and not the spikes. Matter of fact, I don't hardly ever use the spikes. I want that claw, and I believe I have to look at it again, but I think you have to use the spike with the claw. But point being is that you can use one without the other. Now the other part of that is obviously those Accutacs are expensive. And we see a lot of people talk about that. Number one, for those of you that own a set or have used them, it's because they're quality. There are a lot of bipods out there, many of which I had actually ran through in my comparison videos, that are similarly priced or much higher. And I don't understand where they get those numbers, other than, they understand it's the industry that people spend money on. Accutacs, those things are built like a tank, and they're going to literally last you generations. So, it is what it is. Lee, check out Gary's review on the Bog Death Grip Infinite. We have them in stock again as well. That Bog is a great tripod. Yeah, definitely check that out. Awesome value, unbelievable value compared to many of the other tripods out there. What vice type mount do you use to hold your rifle while mounting? If you're asking me for on the scope mounting, it is the Tipton Ultra. Those are on our website. That's what I like to use. Yeah, so it's the Tipton Ultra. They're on our website, and I outline that in the video as well. And we do have like a scope mounting bundle that you guys can check out as well. Yep. A lot of what ifs. There you go. Thank you, Sumed. Area 419 sells them as Sesto. There you go. Don't shop at Area 419. Shop with us. Spend the extra money because with us, you're going to get that customer service. With that being said, folks, Area 419, that is one of the companies that we are going to become a dealer with this upcoming year very soon. And I'm thinking like in the spring. They do have a high price point as far as the buy-in, but I think it's worth it. I love everything that they make. They're probably one of the most innovative companies when it comes to shooting in general, but definitely on the long range side, everything from obviously their ARCA rails that they make to, their reloading presses to everything they make is just unbelievably top notch, highest quality that you can get. And that's exactly where we want to be. What's your preferred zero for 300 black? I have a 16-inch. I don't have a preferred zero for 300 black because I don't shoot it. There was a time when I was researching that, and I would be able to give you a number. You have to, again, ultimately, folks, when it comes to a zero, you want to look at what your muzzle velocities are, and that's obviously going to change if you're shooting, subsonic or supersonic. So what you need to do is figure out your muzzle velocity. Now, if you know roundabout, you can kind of throw that information in there, and it just depends on what you're going to do. 300 black, more so than just about any other round, is a very situation dependent round. It is a very versatile round. You can do a lot of different things with it, but so you need to take all those into consideration. And if you can get some good data, muzzle velocity data on that, with what you're going to shooting. And that's another thing too, with 300 black, as a lot of people are running all of these different varied barrel lengths. So that comes into play. Some people are shooting supersonic. Some people are shooting subsonic. Some people are looking for a decent zero on one optic that, they can kind of figure out a decent, a single zero that's going to work fairly good at certain ranges with supersonic and subsonic. So that is a very situational dependent question, almost with any gun, to be honest with you, but especially with 300 black. AK-47, a really good, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be a terrorist and you want to shoot that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This is America. You can do what you want. No, I mean, it's a good gun, man. At the end of the day, there's a reason they're so prolific. Especially in the regions that they're prolific in. Number one, they're cheap. Number two, they're obviously they're very reliable. I've literally seen those things. We've dug those things up in Iraq and Afghanistan where they've been in the ground, for years. And we shook off the dirt, threw some water in there to get the packed sand out of it, and just went to see if it would still shoot. And man, those things do. So, there's something to be said about that. Are they, if reliability is what you want, they're not very ergonomic. They have a lot of drawbacks too. Now some of the newer American ones, and some of the better made ones out there, they're getting better with, selector levers and things like that take away from some of the detractors of the original, design. Product you may like is WeBad Mini Stock Pad. They make one specific. So Richie, we got I don't know, about a $4,000-$5,000 order with WeBad, a lot of which are those stock pads that are specific to the MPAs. So that's there's two gripes that I kind of have with MPA, and they're just little kind of niggles. Number one is the cheek riser, right? That cheek pad is not a lot of surface area, and when it only bothers me when I'm really down there grouping and I'm not coming off the gun, and I might shoot like five round groups, really just focusing on accuracy and good fundamentals, and just doing grouping drills, and that starts to hurt my cheek. There's no doubt about it. The only other little niggle a little problem that I have with MPA is I do wish that their chassis were made out of 7075 aluminum. They're made out of 6061, which is a little soft. And the only thing that even matters is right along the edge, the sharp edge of the ARCA rail. Almost any time that you're putting some bipods on there, it is going to just microscopically almost deform that sharp edge. And you're going to lose a little paint on there, or a little Cerakote, because not because the Cerakote's the issue, it's because it's deformed there and it's just not holding on to it. So those are the only two little minor complaints that I have. And, you know, to be honest with you, the way that it's designed, I'm not even 100% sure that if you made them out of 7075 aluminum, that it would still not do that slightly, but it does show wear marks on that ARCA just a little sooner than I would like it to, but very small complaint overall. And by the way, folks, if you don't know, we didn't know. Well, we kind of knew. So I'm going to shoot a video very soon on the new ESR chassis for MPA. So the PMR Pro 2, the PMR series, all their BA chassis. So that was the original BA comp chassis. They have now upgraded that chassis to the ESR, and there's some really good there's some really good improvements on that. It's minor, nothing big. Probably, if I didn't tell you, if you hadn't had much experience with me or you didn't own one already, you might even not know the difference, but they're some really good improvements. So stay tuned for that. So by the way, if you have a PMR Pro 2 on order now, or you order one in the future, it will come with that new ESR chassis, which I think you'll again, you may not even appreciate it, but if you know the differences, and after that video that I compare the two and show you the slight differences and the slight improvements, you will appreciate that. But great company, great chassis, great guns, huge value. I can't say enough. You know, Phil Cashton, the president, I've called him up many times just to ask him dumb questions, and he's always been responsive. You know, and that's what I like to see, as well as the rest of their customer service team. They're usually extremely responsive. So been great working with them, and we enjoy representing, or them really even representing us and us selling their gear. Let's see what we got here. Jason Ormac taking this from awesome. Jason, thank you for the business. We appreciate it. Their scope rings are pretty sweet. So yep. Yeah, they're that BA scope mount, folks. That was a surprise when I ordered one of those to check those out. I'm extremely impressed with those. The fit and finish on them, the quality of that, you know, is right up there with Spur, and it's like half the price. The other thing I was really blown away by performance wise from them as well, MPA as well, is their comp. Folks, if you haven't tried their comp, I don't care what gun you got. If you haven't tried their brake, their muzzle brake, you need to try that out. That thing is impressive. I've shot a lot of different brakes. You know, sometimes you can notice that they're there. Some are pretty good, like the Area 419 Hellfire, great brake. Doesn't compare to the MPA. That thing is impressive in its performance. And I'm trying to figure out a way to create a good test rig to test that without getting as crazy as Ultimate Reloader. He's got like a $10,000 freaking computer machine thing that he hooks guns up to and test the overall recoil. It's pretty impressive what Gavin does over there. We need to get him on the show one day. What caliber did you use as a sniper? So I used primarily 308. So with my initial sniper team, as a sniper team leader with the initial time in Iraq, we had 308 and we had 50 cal. When they started fielding 300 Win Mag just as I was leaving the infantry and going SF. Once I got to SF, we also had 300 Win, 308, and of course 50 cal as well. So those were the primary ones. And I'll be honest with you, I rarely brought that 300 Win. I mean, I just knew so much off the top of my head with 308, that 7.62, man, that, you know, I just spent so much time on that gun. and still to this day, I'll be back there spotting for somebody and they're shooting 308, and I give them dope, and just off the top of my head, just from remembering, because I had all of those drop tables memorized, and even more so specific to my gun. So I always took that out. What do you guys and forces do to keep their hearts strong? We drink a lot of coffee, a lot of stimulants, nicotine, a lot of PT. That's pretty much how we run things. That's how we did it. Yep, we'll get that out. Let's see. For us, just got here. All right, so that's a great question, Danny. We're keeping this simple for you. Matter of fact, we're going to do another one right now. We're past time. So for the giveaway, all we're going to do is, again, everybody will have one guess. For those of you, I appreciate your fortitude there and your attempts. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, but you get one guess on the number between 1 and 100. I will write down the next number. Quit cheating, John Hopin. I see you peeking. We will go. All right, I got it locked in. Between 1 and 100, everybody throw down one. Between 1 and 100, we'll open up the next gift. See some good guesses up there. John Jacks, if I see a number over 100 again, so help me God. 68, 87, 10, 23. Oh, let me give you a time hack. You guys will do this all night. All right, at 7:45. I'm way behind. We need to do one every 5 minutes. Summer's texting me. She'll keep me in line. At 7:45, it is. Any guess up there with a timestamp of 7:45 doesn't count. Donald Bolt's got 55. And we're not there yet. 10 seconds. Ooh. Iron Camel's coming in on Blade Running. You were good, Iron Camel. That is a cool name. I think I'm going to get a tattoo of an Iron Camel on my neck. I think that'd be sweet. All right, we're at 7:45. The number was 32. 32. I saw one close up here. Where are we at? I think I saw 34 again. This is so hard without Summer. My life is so hard without her. She does this so much better than me. It's 24, 76, 34. Ritesh Shani. Hopefully I said your name right. I apologize if I didn't. All right, let's see. I'm going to grab a random one off the back here. We'll open this up. This came directly from UPS. Let's see. Summer, if you will, text your oldest son and tell him to turn off the AC. Got to turn that off. All right. Ritesh, you get a t-shirt and a hat. And by the way, folks, if you get any other apparel, again, email us. You can look at our website. If there is a t-shirt or a hat you'd prefer over what we have in here, let us know. We'll send you your choice of said t-shirt or hat. So Ritesh, you get a t-shirt and a sweet hat. That will, if you wear that, that makes you at least 40% each item harder to kill. So let's see. I got a question up here that I missed. Any idea why the MPA one doesn't quite fit the Pro 2 without modification? Is it not meant to be universal? Will MPA make a one-piece mount for the PMR Pro 2? Brent, I think you're doing something wrong, brother, because I put the BA mounts on Pro 2s all the time. Email me, Brent. Maybe send me some pictures of what you got going on. I don't know. Maybe you got sent a bad one, or I don't know. I mount 3 or 4 of those a week. Not a problem. So we'll figure it out. All right. What else we got going on up here? Yeah, don't worry about it, folks. If there's some duplicate numbers, we'll deal with that. Not a big deal. Let's see, Iron Camel Toe. I'm not saying. Thank God, summer's almost here. It's gonna save me. All right, hey, you know what? Since we went so long last time, let's go get another. We're gonna do another one right now. So between 1 and 100, go ahead. I got the number locked in. Got the number locked in. Not AC. It's the heat pump, Melissa. Sorry. It is an air conditioner. It's just not the cold conditioner. All right. Taking my MP PMR to my first PR match in February in Indiana. Any recommendations on the bag to carry? Bags, kestrels, binoculars, tripod, etc. between stages. The smaller the lighter, better. No, Richie. There's just so many. That's probably an area that we need to research a little bit as far as some of the soft bags. I don't have a good answer for you right now. Excuse me. If you do find a good answer on that, let me know. Let me know. I will. That's an area we need to research. Maybe even do a video on. All right. Let me see what number I got here. So it is 748, 74, 749. That's 749. We're cutting it off. Cutting it off. Let's see. All right. We got everybody there. All right. The number was 76 is what I wrote down. What do we got that's close? Ooh, John, you got a 75. Did anybody? Ooh, we got two 75s. 73. Did anyone claim actually 76? Did anyone get 76 or 77? No. All right. So we got two 75s. We got Grim Reaper 69 and who was the other? John Vajda. So two 75s. We'll open up two gifts. All right. So this gift, again, I don't know what these are. This will go to John Vajda, whatever this is. And then the next one will go to Mr. Reaper. Mr. Reaper. All right. So John Vajda, you got yourself a Tab Gear bag, rear bag, folks. Again, I've been meaning to do a video on shooting bags. I'm getting around to it. It's freaking cold right now. Tab Gear bags, folks. I love these. This is the one I use 90% of the time. The other one that I use a lot too is the straight lace rear bag. And folks, when you use a rear bag, as I will, if you come to one of our courses, make sure that you put your hand through the damn strap. I hate when I see people doing this number. You don't have any control over the bag. You're squeezing it like it's, you know, your girlfriend's arm or whatever. But make sure you use a strap. And again, John Vajda, on this, there's several colors on this. You can go on our website. You can pick the color that you want, buddy. So Tab Gear bag, one of the best things. If you don't have one of these, you're shooting long range, you're wrong. Get you one of these and also get you a straight lace bag. I use both of those interchangeably. Sometimes I stack them on top of each other. Those are the way to go. So John Vajda, I need to write this down. Right down here. Please be here. Rear bag. Rear bag. All right. Set that up. Oh, we got another gift for Mr. Reaper. Grab this box right here. Let's see what we got up in here. I was going to turn this into like a white elephant thing. There's no way I'd be able to keep track of all that. All right. Mr. Reaper, what you have here, sir, is a tactical carbine level 1 course, free entry. We'd love to have you out. We'd love to meet you in person. And so we're going to, I'm just going to write that down. What was it? It was something Reaper. Grim Reaper. Oh, Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper. Again, folks, email us services@paramountactical.com so you can claim your prize. And we'll probably do some sort of verification thing. Grim Reaper 69. All right. Awesome. Got more to come, folks. Still got a whole lot more. We got new comments down here. Have you had a chance? Let's see what this says. Have you had a chance to run Hornady 5.56 HD SPR ammo in a 10.5 soft target performance? That is very specific, number two. No, I have not. I have not ran that specific ammo. I'll have to check it out. Folks, I continue to be impressed with Hornady. I want Hornady to sponsor us. We'll see if we can't make that happen, and eventually, maybe I gotta get like, which by the way, folks, we just hit 18,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We are now hitting regularly. We hit 80,000 views, 80,000 freaking views this month. We are staying level at 70,000 views. We are averaging somewhere around 8,000 watch hours per month. Somebody's sitting there staring at my face 8,000 hours in a month. So that has been pretty remarkable to see. And, you know, it's been a fun experience. Went from something that I dreaded doing to I don't know. It's still the hardest thing I do. Making videos is hard work. I just shot that suppressor video. Folks, if you haven't checked that out, go check out that Dominus suppressor, which, by the way, that is definitely one of my favorite items of the year. That Dominus suppressor is one of the most surprising things that I've reviewed. How much I liked it, what that suppressor actually does for the money, how it does so many things well. So anyways, but my point being, before I got distracted, was, you know, I shot that video twice. So I probably spent, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 hours shooting it the first time, and then started editing. I probably was 3 or 4 hours into editing, and I was like, you know what? The right thing to do is just to reshoot this. And that's what I did. So I spent another 4 or 5 hours shooting it, and then spent another probably 6 or 8 hours editing it, and then posted it. So, you know, it's one of the hardest things I do for sure. And it's hard to sit there and stare at yourself, say stupid things. Folks, if you record, and maybe it's just me, but I'm like, what did I just say there? Didn't even make sense. Anyways, been gratifying to go through that. That's my point. Is doing videos is one thing that I didn't want to do. Didn't want to be involved with YouTube. Hated the whole genre of the gun bunnies on YouTube. Been one of the more gratifying things I've ever done. So it is what it is. All right. There she is. I didn't think you were going to make it in time, so I didn't even make sure you go on that slide number 1 all the way up to the mid range on this on the soundboard. Summer's here. She can keep me straight. All right. What is this? Can you type the mail ID here? Can you type yes, sorry, can't see where it's services at Paramount Tactical. I'm trying to, of course, my bar here is blocking me. I don't know why. Let's see, my taskbar is all goofy right now. It's right in the middle. Let's see. I don't know. I can't fix it right now. I can't see what I'm typing, folks. Let me delete this, but it is services at.
I made it.
Hopefully,
Barely.
that says it correctly. I'm not sure if it does or not. No, I completely blown that up. Type services at ParamountTactical.com.
What? I can't see anything.
I know, because the taskbar. I don't know what's going on with the taskbar. That's why I can't spell, believe it or not. I just got to be able to see what I'm writing.
Likely story.
And I got fat sausage fingers. All right. Look, someone
Hello,
got it right.
everyone. I made it.
She did make it.
Brandy, it's good to hear. I'm glad Zach liked his gun safe.
Click on click off Ritesh, and then click on any other questions you want to bring up? Go to Melissa Hill. All the way top. Nope. Up. She said 140 works.
Oh yeah.
How well does Hornady match 6.5 ELD 140 work for PMR Pro? Out of the box solution
Good.
for non-relives. Amazing. I've gotten the best look out of 147, but I mean, it's you're talking the best group I've shot out of the box with 147 was like 0.22 MOA. That was 147, and I think like the best group I've shot with 140 was 1.25. None of those, either one of those, have I ever shot over like 0.4 MOA. So out of the box, those things are running great. I love the ELDMs. ELDXs work great too. 143 grain. And that, by the way, goes the same with 6.5 PRC and 6.5 Creekmore. All right.
I like Melissa's other comment here.
What did she say?
You're squeezing your girlfriend in the wrong spot. I'm going to assume you were squeezing a bag, hopefully, and not an actual girlfriend.
I was making fun of how a lot of people will squeeze a rear bag. I was like, put your hand through this. All right. Thanks for bringing up old stuff, Melissa. You're getting me in trouble.
Well, I scrolled up to old stuff.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's do another. Everybody, right now, between 1 and 100.
Oh boy, the pressure's on.
Ooh, let me see.
All right, we got a cutoff time though. All right,
got the number locked in.
At 8 o'clock.
No.
7:59.
7:59. You guys get a minute. If you need than a minute,
it could have been 10 seconds from 7:59. Okay. Man, they throw out these numbers fast, don't they?
Freaking quick, like.
It's a lot of numbers to scroll through.
We'll give you to 8 o'clock. It was short.
Excuse the appearance, guys. I literally ran in the door and here I am.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Didn't get to beautify.
Hey, Vince Shiitake, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah. Look at that. Tell Karen we said hello.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of numbers to scroll through, Gary.
I know.
How do you do this? No wonder you needed me.
I know. You better get it right, too.
Oh, geez. What happened? Oh. Okay.
When will your training schedule be updated? Click on Tim G's.
Tim, we're kind of waiting on a couple of ranges to get back to us with the deconflict dates, and I'm sorry it's taken so long, but then Christmas hit and they kind of...
We sent them our proposed dates, along with everything else they're doing. They were working that out. We should have those up pretty quick.
Yeah.
I would expect less than a week, but it's been...
Trust me.
I've expected less than a week.
We want to get them up
2-3
just as much as you guys want to see them. All right. It's way past.
All right. So the number was 99. 99.
Okay. Is there an easy way to 69?
No,
68.
there's not an easy way.
81. Tom has got the closest one right now at 81. Tom Connor. Oh, Tony McCausland's got 89.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh, somebody guessed it right on the nose. DM.
Is that from this one? Yep. Because I saw it on one of the last. Who's it? DM 99. All right. You got it, DM. Let's see what we got here. Oh, snap.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, snap. All right. I know you can't tell what this is.
You can.
Well,
it's a black box.
It's a black box that says Max Safe on it. All right, so this is
he said I cheated. He doesn't get it. All right, so we're back to, I guess, he says I cheated. He must have typed it when you said it.
You're an honest
At least you're
cheater.
Honest. We really appreciate that, and I'm sure everyone else is on here. So it goes back to Tony.
Tony. All right. Max Safe Tony. All right, so this is a vault safe, a biometric vault safe, a drop-down vault safe for a handgun. Pretty sweet package. Kind of funny story on this.
That's a good one.
This company sent me a couple of these and was asking me to. Well, what they did was, now that I'm a big YouTuber,
What
all
had
right,
happened
I'm kind of a
was-
big deal now. I'm surprising. You know, we're not like the huge channel, but we get a lot of requests to review gear, and that company emailed me, asked if I would be willing to review the gear. I was like, well, you know, what I'll do is if you send me something, I'll take a look at it, and if it's something I'd want to do, you know, I will. And they sent it. And then next thing I know, they sent this kind of contract, a little insight into how the YouTube.
Well, they sent the contract after they sent the product, right?
Yeah. So they
It's a bait
sent
and
this.
switch.
They sent this contract, you know, saying basically how I was going to do this review, when I was going to do it, the things that they required me to say, you know, for a percentage of ones I sold. I was like, get out of here. No, that's not how this is going to work. So anyways, you, sir, are the beneficiary of their crazy practices. And I sent them how I was going to do it and what I expected out of it. And I didn't hear back from them. So anyways, you get a free safe. It's a pretty sweet deal.
Something's going on here. I guess someone's saying that Tony or Chad Wyckoff had guessed 76 exactly. Was that one of your numbers previously? 70.
Yeah, it was definitely one of my. All right, so Chad.
Chad, we're gonna open a gift and it's gonna be yours.
No, hold on. Well, that was the gift. Oh, that was this.
Okay, so who did it?
It was supposed to go to Chad Wyckoff.
Oh, okay. So it's already been solved.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Reaper. You may deal in death, sir, but you too are an honest person. Let me just write that down, Chad. Wyckoff.
Okay, so are we all straight now? I want to make sure everybody's taken care of properly. Okay.
I think we're good. All right.
All right.
What else we got going on here? So, how about that Ukraine, huh? Hey, folks, you
Way
know,
to dive right in.
So, if you, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter. I am. If you want to follow me,
if you want some drama, follow Gary on Twitter.
I just like to go on there. That's where I got to be. I've learned to be more professional and a little less controversial on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I've just kind of gotten away from that.
You just take your aggression out on Twitter instead.
So I just go out there and troll liberals all day. All joking aside, folks, I don't know how you guys feel about Ukraine, but it concerns me. You have these people that I think are feeling, they're all about Ukraine. They're all about us sending them money, that feel real good when they have the Ukrainian flag up there. And the naivete, I think, when it comes to dealing with Russia, when we are providing, arms, money, if we're providing material support, and if we don't think, or if we're so naive that they don't see that as an aggression, I mean, if somebody's providing material support to terrorists, it's just like being a terrorist, right? Well, we're going to end up in a conflict and it concerns me because I don't see the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Look, I feel for the Ukrainians, but man, they're dealing with Russia. It's a nuclear state, and the Russians are very serious people. And the last few times that we've decided to dip our toes into conflicts of any type, we haven't turned out so good, because when things get serious, we have a majority of this country that doesn't want to have follow through and wants to tuck tail and run. My philosophy is, if you're going to wage war, wage freaking war, and make sure that you kill the enemy until they quit. We haven't won a war since World War II. And look what it took to win that. And, we had the Japanese I always tell people, look, you think that modern jihadists are radical? Nothing. Well, very few people on this planet have ever been as radical as the Japanese were in World War II. Those people were serious. And we had to use, obviously, some major excessive force. And those bombs, as horrific as they were, they basically saved probably millions and millions of lives into that conflict much quicker. War's ugly. And for us to sit there and play this game with Russia over Ukraine, and I genuinely don't see our interest. I feel bad for them. I think what Russia is doing is wrong. But man, I think it's nuts that we're spending the money that we're sending over there. And I think it's nuts that we're providing the aid and support and then sitting there pretending that we're not going to get, involved. And, all these people that are supporting this cause, they are never going to have skin in the fight. They will never go fight. They will never send their sons and daughters to die for Ukraine. And if we get into a conflict with Russia, it's not going to be like Iraq and Afghanistan. We're probably talking, even if they don't use nuclear weapons, folks, we're probably talking, on casualties on the scale that we haven't seen since World War II. So I don't know. I just wanted to kind of get that out there. That's been on my mind.
Just real quick, if you guys, I got a couple of books to recommend that I just read that goes and talks a little bit. I mean, it's just a tiny peek behind the curtain of Putin's regime and how corrupt Russia is. It's, Red Notice is the first one, and then the follow-up book is called Freezing Order. Both of those it's crazy just the things that goes on in Russia and how they influence and manipulate things in every other country around the globe.
Well, sure. And, with all that being said, too, conversely, I think Russia could probably write a book on the U.S.
I'm sure, but
and again, I'm not.
But I'm just saying,
I'm not a Russian apologist, but it's a matter
of
the
levels of lack of integrity and morals and ethics through every bit of the Russian government and
100%
Russian. It's just crazy.
And Ukraine's not much better when it comes to corruption either. What else we got going on here?
There was a couple of good questions up here. Oh, here we go. This is something we were actually talking about today.
Yeah. So apparently that is coming out. They right now we sent them a question a couple of days ago on that.
Yep.
You'll have to buy that direct from MPA. Apparently they're not basically what they said was the margins weren't to where they weren't at a level to where they would be able to offer that to dealers to sell.
Be direct to consumer.
So it'll be direct to consumers from MPA. Yep. Maybe that'll change. Maybe not, but just so you know.
Okay, let's do another quick giveaway because we are running out of time and we have quite a few more gifts to give away. Let's do a quick giveaway and then we'll come back to another question.
Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to do...
No, we're changing the rules.
No, we're not changing the same rules, but we are running behind here. So let's do this. I'm gonna write down three numbers. Three numbers. Three numbers.
We're just giving it all away.
All right, so we're going to do three numbers. Go. What time is it?
We'll give you to 8:11.
You got till 8:11.
Approximately. There's no exact guarantee on that. We'll call it and we'll look at the last number and the last comment at that time to make sure nobody comments after that.
Yeah.
We're trying to be
stamped.
We're trying to be fair on this, guys, really. We appreciate you guys being honest.
You still only get one number. Everybody gets one number. I'm gonna take down 19, Aaron. We'll give you 19. 19.
That's a good clarification. One number.
Yep.
And then
that's my
for
fault.
3 gifts.
That's really Summer's fault. She's running the rules and she didn't clarify that.
Mm-hmm. Not a mind reader. Most of the time. Sometimes I am. All right, so we're gonna do this one. Is there something we need to address on this? We're gonna do this one.
What is that one?
Do that. Stop shaking the gifts. And then we're gonna do this one. No. This one. This one. And this one. And this one.
Is my coffee going over there? Don't you ever come between me and my coffee.
It's pretty much gone.
Oh, damn.
Okay. What time is it? All right, we're calling it. Let's scroll down. Last comment is Jeff for 73. All right, Jeff for 73 at 8:11. You're the last comment. All right, Gary, what's your first number?
13. 13. Go through there. That 13.
Why is this not scrolling?
You don't have it in the right spot.
13. I saw a 10.
I saw a 19.
There's an 11. Oh, that's not. Nope. It's got to be the first one, so he gets 51.
51. So
there's
an
8.
Okay. 8.
You said 13?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a 10, so.
Where's a 10?
All right, there's a 10 down here. Who had the 10?
Raise your hand if you have a 10. Oh, go back up. You missed it. It was the first one on Brandy. Brandy Markham.
Yep, Brandy. All right, Brandy, we're gonna open this gift for you.
Lucky.
You should take this for yourself, whatever it is, and don't give it to the hubby.
Don't tell her what to do.
Well, she's a good shooter. Have you seen her shoot?
She's a grown woman. She can do what she wants.
She likes to shoot too.
I'm sorry, Brandy. I support feminism.
Brandy, you get a Paramount Viking T-shirt in a large. You might have to give it to the husband. It might be a little too big for you, but
no,
Brandy.
I told them.
Okay.
They can
Exchange.
Yep. Whatever color you want, which one you want. We got pink ones, don't we? The other number is 87. 87.
Are you scrolling now?
Nope, you scroll.
Oh, Jesus.
I was just trying to get rid of that comment you left up there. You left the comment up. It was getting stale.
Okay. 87. Bear with us, guys. There's no good way to do this. Oh, there's 86. Iron Camel got 86.
Iron Camel toe. Thing is a death trap.
Oh, Derek, you were so close.
So close.
Okay, Iron Camel.
Iron Camel.
Iron Camel, you're getting this one. I think this is the one we needed to address. Yep, you got the VTAC wide padded sling. This is our favorite sling, the only one we carry in our store besides
Someone just sometimes wears it around just on its own.
Yeah, as a necklace.
As a necklace.
Yep.
That and heels.
Someone was asking for you to put the sling on the MK rifle so they could see how it looks.
Yeah, so it looks and works great. Because it's already been done.
Here.
That being said, the only complaint that I would see with that, or even one client had with it, was if you're walking around with it kind of like a hunter configuration, barrel up.
Hold on, I'll go get it.
This doesn't have the grip texture to where it will stay in place. Now, we do have VTAC hunting slings. Both work the same way. Both are essentially the same product, but on the inside of the padding, let's take a look here.
And they're ultralight. So
Yeah.
they're actually a little bit lighter than the VTAC padded.
Yeah, and still plenty of strong. But inside here is a very sticky, grippy material that's going to keep that thing kind of posted on your shoulder if you want to carry the gun in that configuration. So both work great. Both are completely adjustable. You'll be able to tighten that down to where it's not moving around on you, and you'll be able to control that gun even if you're doing other activities and things like that. So there's that. The other number is 28.
Okay, 28.
Hold on, go down.
Well,
Somebody said Zach Robinson had 87. Zach has 87.
where at? I didn't see an 87. If he did, we'll just give him the third gift. I guess. I didn't see an 87.
We'll give him the third gift, and then we'll still run with my last number.
I just don't see it. I don't see it. Do you see it?
I haven't yet.
All right, well, that's the top. So we need a better system next time. He did.
Yep, there
Zach,
you go.
all right.
Zach, you got, well, we'll open this one up. Yep.
This will be Zach's.
Freaking Santa Claus up in here.
What did you wrap?
Oh,
Oh boy,
You
this is
boxed
a good
them.
one.
I did. Oh,
Zach, you got a long range, not long range, handgun level 1.
handgun level 1 for Mr. Zach Robinson.
That is
Write
a
that down.
$300 value right there.
Absolutely. All right. The last number out of this trio that turned into quadruple is 28.
All right, 28. If
28.
anybody had 28.
Who got 28? I think I
Oh,
saw
no, we got to
28.
go all the way back up to the.
Don't skip somebody else.
I know. Feels terrible.
You
I'm not
should.
very good at this. 28. There's a 24. Rob Worley had 24.
24.
I don't know how people see
See.
this so quick that they.
Well, they're not doing 10 other things.
28. You guys help me. There's a 28 that you saw.
Looking like Rob. Rob, is it going to hold? There's a 24 right there.
24, but what was
What did
Rob?
Rob? I think he had 24 too.
Did he?
Well, keep going all the way down. Finish it out.
All right,
there's
so
24.
Ron had a 24. I can't.
Apparently there was a foul called. Apparently,
So Rob had 24 and Ron had 24.
Go back up.
Where?
Apparently,
We addressed that, didn't we?
no. Somebody had 13. Did we address that? I don't think we did. Somebody have John Jackson had 13. Somebody said.
No, but John commented that he said 17 because I saw that.
Gotcha. Okay.
John said he had 17, not 13.
Gotcha.
Because everybody was saying that, and John said he had 17.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Where are we at here? 24s? Are we locked in?
Willie
24?
says there was a 30.
I see. Go down. Danny Laird said he had 30.
Danny Lara?
Lara.
Yeah.
All right, Danny. You won.
All right.
Pick him a gift.
All right. We're going to go with this little guy. I know what this is. This
Oh,
is a good
snap. That is a good one. Draw my own number for that one.
one. I saw you drilling over it. This is the Fix It Sticks Compact Ratcheting Multi-Tool. It's one of their special Christmas editions. Comes with its own little belt pouch. It
Give me
does
the,
have the ratcheting.
Give me my kniff.
Here, just use that. I don't know where your kniff is. Oh,
Use a
sorry.
real
You
knife.
can't use the wimpy thing, huh?
No. Things for wimps. Just losing testosterone just looking at it. Freaking toothpick.
Danny Lara. Let me write that down.
This thing is actually a sweet piece of kit right here. I'll open this up and show it off. These are on our website, folks. So if you didn't win tonight, you can support a good cause.
There's only a
Get
couple of
yourself
those
some
left
sweet
because they're a
gear.
holiday edition.
Yep. So again, nice little range kit, range back kit.
There's a belt loop. You can put it on your belt.
Your T handle comes off here. You got all your primary bits over here. You do have all-in-one torque driver right there, and goes up to 25 inch-pounds. Really nice kit. So, Danny Lara, was it Lara?
Danny Lara.
Danny Lara, you, sir, are the new owner of that, and I expect to see you put that on your belt and carry it around like one of the old cell phones at all times. So, I'll put it back in its wrapper. All right, what else we got? What other comments, gripes, complaints about summer do we have here?
There was a yeah, somebody commented they've seen this before in live streams where there's a lag.
Yeah.
And so that might be some of the issue of us.
Yeah, there's usually like a 30-second-ish lag.
Brandy said the hubby's not getting the t-shirt this time.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, back up to the question up here. If I can ever get to it after all the numbers.
Bam. Mr. Lara, you are now 80% cooler.
Here we go.
Because you got one of those. Thoughts on Brigade HMR Premier HMR Pro. 9-year-old son I want to start PRS comp. I bought both of us gun scopes such for Christmas. I'll order AccuTac from you, hoping I chose decent. Yeah, man, look, Brigera are great guns. I think they're really good guns for the value. Ultimately, and I've had this conversation a lot this week with people calling up and asking, about production guns and things like that. There's some brands out there that are generally you're going to get good quality guns, and Bergera is definitely one of them. I think they definitely punch above their price point without a doubt, and you guys are going to get a lot of life out of those, and hopefully they shoot well. Where I'm very happy about getting away from production guns is ultimately production guns are mass-produced guns, and while the top brands tend to have probably a 90% success rate on producing a gun or making sure that every customer gets a gun that works, that's what you get. And again, I don't doubt you'll have great success. What I hate about selling production guns, no matter how good they are, like when I did the review on the Delta 5 Pro, on other guns that I've done reviews on, then we get emails and like, hey, my gun isn't doing what your gun is doing, or then it makes me look bad, or like I'm trying to, or I got the special gun, or whatever else. So I'm hesitant to sell those things. I've even gotten a little hesitant to review them because, you get such a small sample size, and people are going to hold you accountable for what they get from that company. And there's just, again, a production gun is a production gun. So there's always that small chance. But again, Bergara is very good. I think you'll do just fine with that. And that's the thing that I love about MPA, because of the way they produce those guns. You're getting a cut rifle barrel that is hand lapped. Every single one is Sheffield air gauge to within 10,000ths of an inch. Every single action and barrel is blueprinted and matched and machined from the barrel to the action. And then they still have a very extensive quality control system. The chances of getting a bad one of those is all nothing, almost no chance at all. So, there's always that chance with the production guns, even the best of them out there. So that's kind of my spiel on that.
Going back to this, it reminds me of when you did the Savage videos.
Yeah.
And there for months after, we were getting constant phone calls on issues with Savage guns. And I was like, I think I turned to you one day and I was like, did we turn into Savage customer service? And I wasn't aware. And I was like, I didn't mean that in like a ugly way or whatever, but I was just like, man, now everybody's looking to us
for a solution
to their issues on their Savage gun, because Savage was pretty much non-responsive.
Well, and that's what happened is people were frustrated because they were getting either no response or inadequate
kind of blown
responses
off,
from Savage. So, a lot of it I think was more calling us to vent, and they saw that, from the initial review, basically what I did was the unboxing essentially. I was like, oh, there's a lot of great features here. And then I got it out there on the range, started shooting. And I was like, man, we got some feeding issues here. And then, I started looking into this. Next thing you know, I'm getting emails, I'm getting text messages, I'm getting messages on YouTube just blowing up about all these people with the same problem. So, yeah, it's kind of
seems like Savage quietly fixed some of the issues.
Yeah, I think they did.
Because we ended up getting a Savage in for a client, and it was almost like a Gen 2. I mean, there were several things that were different. There were no feeding issues.
But I've also had people contact us that have newer ones that have
had the same issues.
So,
I think it's kind of hit or miss.
Yep. Again, it goes back to, a production gun.
Yep.
And that's the thing, if you're producing these guns and everything's going good, and then suddenly you got a bad batch of them, or a faulty piece of equipment, or something that's not machining correctly, or they get a bad batch of barrels or whatever else, they're going to basically try to mitigate that and blow that off. So that's what you get. All right, what else we got?
Let's see.
Did you guys have any comparison info on the secure storage option?
I think you did a video on that, right?
Do you guys have a comparison info on secure storage option versus traditional gun safes? No, but not necessarily a video on that. So here's my thing, Tony, with I did a lot of research on safes. I don't consider, number one, most safes, and I talk about this in the video that I shot with that, most safes are designed to look secure. They're designed to feel secure. They're heavy. They're often very thin metal, actually, with a lot of drywall and things like that. The fire ratings in those are utter garbage. There's just a lot of deceptive practices in the industry. Most of those can be pried open very easily. Even ones that feel heavy duty, they look heavy duty, they sound heavy duty.
They're just heavy.
They're just heavy. Yeah. If you're looking for a traditional gun safe to store your guns, get a traditional gun safe. If you're looking for and I talk about that in the video, if you're looking for one of these security units where you can store guns securely, but it's lightweight, and the fact that it's so organized aside, and really what that is really to keep people that you allow in your home away from the guns. That's what I consider really all safes, because any of these safes that aren't like, there's a couple safe companies out there that make really good safes, but you're going to pay a really big price, like Fort Knox, for instance. They have some real security built into those. You know, if that is your first and only line of defense when it comes to your firearm storage and security, you know, you're wrong. We should have definitely, you know, concentric rings of security, everything from deterrence all the way outside the house to, you know, obviously good hardware to keep people that have good physical security. And then of course an alarm system, and then, you know, as much other things as you can put in there. It's where, you know, you're diminishing their time on target essentially, right? So if you want a place to store guns, you just want to put a massive amount of guns in a box. You don't care if they're organized, how quickly you can access them, or whatever else. You know, get a traditional safe from a cost-effective standpoint. If you want a safe to where you can stage your guns for quick access, and what's great about those units is that you can put them in closets. You can put those in places that you like, you know, townhomes. You know, you can decentralize your storage. That's really kind of one of the thoughts behind those. So I don't need to do a video on that because, you know, my mind is pretty clear on that. You know, if you're one to spend a bunch of money for real security with a traditional gun safe, definitely look at something like Fort Knox. Because when you get into some of these other kind of more commercial brands, even ones that have price points that are really, you know, when you really get into the security of what they provide, there's not a lot there.
Well, I think when you were first reviewing the secure safes, and I even brought this up to you, I mean, you know, if you're renting an apartment, well, you can't, it's really going to be really hard to haul in one of the big heavy gun safes. If you're on the second or third floor, well, now you got issues with a landlord not wanting you to compromise the flooring system with how heavy a safe is. You know, or you're on a home and what your option is to put it in the garage on the concrete pad or put it in the basement on the concrete pad. Well, how practical is that? If somebody's breaking into your house, are you going to run to the garage to get your guns out? Are you going to run to the basement and hope you can open your safe in time and arm yourself? No. Whereas, you know, you got a family, you got kids, you got people visiting your home. Well, you can keep guns staged all over the house and not have to worry about someone having access to it. Yeah. You know, put it in your closet, put it in your bedroom, put them in the dining room. I mean, you can put them all over the place and not have to worry about running to get to the guns.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just mass storage that you want, you know, go with a traditional gun safe. If it's fast access that provides a decent level of security that you know diminishes the ability for people that are you go with that. So
I think health is a great option. You have the traditional and then you have decentralized storage all over the house. So
yep, two different products. I think that
exactly two different products
that get kind of meshed all into one. But I think they serve two different purposes. What else we got?
Have you had a chance to look at the products? GBRS Group is putting out, a very small company putting out some small.
Yeah,
I have putting out some quality products.
I have looked at some of their stuff.
And this is Matt from VA.
Yeah, I have looked at some of their stuff. GBRS Group, they're definitely making some good products. There's I kind of have probably about 6 to 8 months worth of products I've kind of settled on. As far as working to getting those in, marketing those, that I see an immediate need for. There are some companies that we deal with that we're way behind on marketing for. One of my favorite products that I don't talk about very much. I still have some heartburn. I shot this really long, in-depth, expensive video many years ago. It was really the first kind of attempt at I guess a review or a demonstration on a product. And the footage got crap, but Defender Armor, you know, we're a Defender Armor dealer, not something I promote a lot. I need to, because I really like the products. And now their Defender Armor plates were these extremely lightweight, durable plates that I did a lot of testing on. I shot, I think one of those plates, it was like 2 pounds. I think I ended up, if I remember correctly, somewhere around 27 rounds of 5.56, and then like an additional 18 rounds of 9mm before we had any penetration. Those were level 3. So this is one of them right here, that I had shot a whole bunch. I had another one that I shot even more, and we did get, this was like 1, 2, and these ends up being fragments here. where we finally got penetration. They weren't the actual rounds going through. But I had one even more that actually fell off the back of the trailer. And anyways, this plate is a level 3 plus, which means it will handle up to everything, basically not including penetrator rounds. So, but it's 2.5 pounds. And this used to be $800 a plate, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, I think around
six
seven.
or $800 somewhere around there. They have now come out with very similar plates that cost like significantly less.
That are just slightly heavier.
Yeah, these things are ridiculously light. But what I love about this and what that video was is I was showing, people are very stuck. Get rid of that banner for me. Oh. People are very stuck on metallic plates, or were at the time. The problem with metallic plates is a lot of federal agencies were banning them because of angular deflection. So, for instance, people that were pulling security on top of a building or something like that, people were shooting up at them, and because they're steel plates or metallic plates, that round was basically just bouncing off and then going right into their dome, right? Also, even when you're standing at an angle, if somebody shoots at me this way, it could bounce off and hit Summer with those metallic plates. Whereas the cool thing about these and this high density, high molecular polymer or something, I used to know what it was exactly, but these actually absorb the round. So the round will go in, but it won't penetrate through. So we don't have any spalling. We don't have any spalling to hurt somebody, to injure somebody, or ricochets that can ultimately kill. So big fan of those. They also have some really great plate carriers that I need to get in and demonstrate as well. So
all right,
I'm behind.
Let's do a giveaway.
Yep.
And then I know we have a bunch more questions. Wow, check out this fancy wrapping job.
First of all, that's
combo paper.
That's designer wrapping.
I know. I see.
That is.
We have
I actually
multiple
charge extra
designs.
for that.
This is fabulous. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just gonna start opening it. Here, you pick a number.
Okay.
What time is it? Let's give a
8:30.
time hack. I gotta do a watch. I haven't changed my watch face. It is 8:34 right now. We'll go to 8:36. 8:36, and the number is.
Don't tell them yet. You gotta give them time to
go.
guess.
Between 1 and 100.
You were about to blow that. Jesus.
I don't know how to do this. I'm not good at this game.
Between the two of us, we'll figure it out eventually, guys. Oh, here come the comments.
Ooh, so close to your number.
So close. I need to. You guys are getting close. Getting close.
There's one dead on the money. Did you see it?
No. I didn't see it. They're going up so fast I can't. Oh, that's nice, Zach. Zach said if I win, I want it to go to the person directly below me. His guess is 35. It's like the pay it forward at the Starbucks drive-thru.
I always tell when I'm paying at Starbucks that the guy behind me said he'd take care of my order. That's how I roll.
All right. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. All right, that's it. Big board 44 is the last. Oh, Chris Layden will give it. Chris, you're the last comment at 33. That's it.
All right.
All right.
Scroll it up.
What was my number again? Number was 56, guys. You said you saw one earlier, right?
It was 56?
Yeah.
Okay.
56. So Donald Bolt got it on the money. Let me write that down and check all the others. Donald Bolt. And then 56.
Anybody else get 56?
Don, you got so close with your 55.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Fisher got 56 as well.
All right, we're opening 2 so
Hold
far.
on. Steve Fisher.
Grab this one, Steve.
Steve Fisher. Pending ballistics. You got close. Oh, Tonto got 56 too.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. This might be the end of the giveaway if you guys keep this up. Jesus.
Oh, we're getting down to the...
All right. We got 3 gifts to open. We got Donald Bolt, Steve Fisher, and Tonto.
All right. Let's go Donald Bolt first. Which one does he get? He gonna we go with that one? Don Bolt?
No, we're good. Yeah, Donald Bolt. Open that one.
I hate to destroy this design.
I know, it's beautiful. I don't know how long that took you to make it that gorgeous. What the heck? What the? I was not here for this. This was unsupervised wrapping right here. I had to run out the door to take
I was
Noah to
thinking
wrestling.
about it. I think this was like the first time in like 5 or 6 years.
Did you do that or Jackson did that?
Oh, that was all me. That was, you know, sometimes I gotta let my artistic...
you've never wrapped a present before, so.
I just haven't done it in like 4 or 5 years. All right. Oh, I think that's the one everybody's won.
Donald Bolt, you won Long Range Level 1. That is a 2-day course. That is one of our most popular courses, and that is a $750 value right there. I think that's our highest value prize tonight, isn't it? No? Yeah. Is it?
Well, they got to talk to me. It's pretty high.
Well, that's...
pretty high value prize.
You should be paying them.
Giggity, giggity. You're welcome. God bless you all. Wait, he already did.
With me.
All right.
This is what I deal with every day, folks.
Who's the next one?
Steve Fisher.
Steve,
what are you getting? Holy moly! You used half the roll on that one.
What's in the look at you? Your criticism has cut the video out. You tell the boys to make sure it's not on the...
Look, everybody wanted that long range level 1.
All right.
I knew everybody would be.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Folks, never cut toward yourself. Always cut toward your wife.
All right. I'm still confused over this John Jackson, the number 13. I thought John said he did 17, but everyone's still saying he did 13.
That's all right. We'll take care of John.
Yep. John knows. John's been around us for years. He knows that we will take care of him.
John, since you got the number right, I will send you a bill. All right. Whose was that?
No, this is all right. Steve Fisher, you got the Phase 5 mini hand stop M-lock in red. Make your AR look sweet.
Freaking bling that B out.
Yep. All right. Steve Fisher, you got the Phase 5.
Whose is this?
This is Tonto's.
Tonto,
let's see what you got.
Tonto. You know Tonto's not even Indian? He's Irish. Just like
you might need your knife for this one as well.
I don't need no knife for this.
USPS makes some pretty good adhesive on the box.
I'm pretty sure. I need his little...
Those things are pretty sticky.
Little det cord.
Little MAN.
Put a little MAN on it.
Oh,
snap. Tonto, you get one of our sweet sweatshirts.
That is like a hug from Gary.
Undermarketed, unbelievable piece of kit right here. I actually love our sweatshirts quite a bit.
I do too.
They fit really well. Yep. Turn around.
I can't
Turn
get
around.
out of my chair.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Get you one of those.
So nice and cozy.
Yep. And Tonto, when you email us, services@paramount.com, make sure that you send us your size along with your address.
Somebody said, how do we get the knife Gary has? Holy Eagle Batman. Holy Eagle Talons Batman.
That's right.
It's a man knife.
Man knife.
Man knife.
It's called a karambit. No big deal. I can kill you 6 different ways with that thing. Maybe more if I get creative.
Everybody wanted that.
All right.
John said, I definitely need a hug from Gary right now. John, we're going to take care of you. You've stuck by us for many, many years. We're going to make sure we take care of you.
That's right.
All right.
What else we got here?
So there were some questions up here. Let me go back to before all the numbers. And then we got how many more? We got
17.
Two more giveaways, guys.
Oh, 2.
2.
Close to 17.
2. You can't count.
17.
All right. Holy moly. Melissa says, does Summer shoot too? I do some not nearly enough, Melissa. I'm always in the background running things,
Yeah, I got her out in
Being
the
the
cold
boss.
weather the other day. So when I was doing the review on the Dominus, I was like, babe, you haven't got a chance to, shoot a lot of suppressors. Let's get out there. I'll tell you some things about it, give you some subject matter expertise about it. And this was Friday. Well, Friday it was -15 below, with -15
And I
below. That's
told him, I
redundant.
said, "You're freaking crazy. I'm from Georgia. I hate the cold, and I'm pissed off at you right now that you're making me go
Yeah, you
out."
know, we went out there. She had a bad
He didn't
attitude the whole
care.
time. She ruined my
Not the
entire
whole
day.
time.
She ruined my day.
You,
No, it was cold. It was even colder
I
for
could
me.
see the regret on Gary's face once
Yeah,
he
I was
got
trying not
out
to show
there.
it. I was like, "Ah, this ain't bad. Shut up and shoot." Yeah, so we got some video out there. Then there were some other technical problems with the video, and then, anyways,
Then we couldn't feel our hands or our nose or
yeah,
our lips.
yeah, it got
so
ridiculous. Long
Anyway.
story short, we're gonna get her and she's been to a couple courses. We're gonna get her into and you know, we obviously do some shooting here. I try to keep her as proficient as possible, but I do want to get her out into some courses
Yeah.
a couple times a year.
I kind of want to do more long range too after I shot your rifle.
You're not shooting long range.
We can't afford for me to shoot long range too.
Let's see. Really gets
All right.
in the competition. Upgrade, but
Here's a good one. He says, "I've heard cleaning your precision rifle barrel can make it less accurate. It sounds stupid. Is that true?"
It is true. It is. It absolutely is true.
We
So
have a video on that.
I do have video on it. It's true sometimes. So, but not cleaning it also makes it not accurate. So typically, a good precision gun will shoot better once it's a little bit dirty. So anytime that I clean my rifles before I start doing anything serious with it, I'm going to put 5-10 rounds, fouling rounds through that. So yeah, I mean, if it's spotless clean, then a lot of those guns won't group as well as until you get 5-10 rounds through them. And guns are different. Guns have their own character and depends on the rounds you're shooting, all these other things. Some guns will only shoot really well clean. I've seen that too. A lot of older guns, in the early 2000s and stuff like that. Typically, there was a lot of guns that I know that, man, you get past like 20 rounds, they just opened up. That being said, almost all guns, once you get enough fouling in there, those groups are going to start opening up too. So there's typically a happy medium in there. You don't want to keep that gun too clean. If it is freshly cleaned, you need to put some fouling rounds through there. But usually I'd say, again, depending on the gun, generally speaking, after about 60-70 rounds is where I start to see most guns start to open up groups. Probably not enough to matter on most instances, but and I've actually ran some of our student guns. I've had 200 rounds in a day, and it was still shooting under a quarter MOA. So it just depends.
Greg, just real quick to answer your question on the weight on the Secure It, on the Agile 52, which is the larger of the Agile Secure It safes, it is 105 pounds. 105
pounds. Yep.
There you go. Just before we went on another.
Yeah, guys, I mean, those things aren't super heavy duty. I mean, they're a deterrent is what they are, as with most.
But for if you're OCD, you can organize them because the whole backside is made out of this, and you can put all your little stuff on there, and
you can organize stuff. You can put a lot of stuff in there. I got a whole video on it if you haven't seen it. And you can bolt those things down. So if you're worried about somebody just picking up your gun safe and going, should have enough guns in there, enough ammo in there to keep that thing held down anyhow. But what else we got here?
Chris says, "I just picked up the AccuTac SR5 from y'all. Great price and great shipping time and cost. Thank you for the great video on them too. It really helped my decision." Thank you, Chris. Yep, I recognize the name. I shipped your order out myself, and we really appreciate the business for sure.
We always appreciate that.
Yeah.
My favorite comment is, "Man, I saw your video. It was awesome, and I
bought
got
it at Walmart.
off Amazon." That's what I love.
Thank you for the video I purchased on Amazon.
I know some people skip through videos and they don't always even notice or see that we carry the products. So I don't take any of it personally.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
Steve says, "What is your standard reloading process on brand new brass? Let's assume Lapua."
I'm gonna full size. I do the same thing every single time. I full size. I use a full size die on all my brass every single time. So that's what I do. It's going to get cleaned, deprimed, cleaned, and then I'm going to full size. I'm going to full size that full. I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, I'm going to use a full size die on it every single time. Yep.
Okay. Richie has a question. He says, "Is the lab radar worth $300 more than the magneto speed, or do you have a different preference in chronographs?"
Woo! This is actually one of the things I wanted to bring up as far as one of my favorite products of the year. Okay, go grab that over there.
Okay.
So first of all, I like the magneto speed better. I really do. Every time that I pull out that lab radar, and it's probably because I've only done it a few times. I got frustrated with it. I've had some bad luck with it. I know a lot of guys use it and they don't have any issues with it. Man, there's just always something going on with that thing. Get rid of that deal for me. This
So
is the
demanding.
magneto speed, and this is the bayonet mount to attach to the MPA. Man, I freaking love this thing. The only downside to the magneto speed is typically is you're hanging that off the end of the barrel, which is going to mess up your harmonics. So you're basically relegated to getting the muzzle velocity, but not being able to group or do everything else. This is real nice because this attaches to the spigot mount on the bottom of your chassis and aligns everything up nice and perfectly. And there's some different attachment points. So if you have a suppressor on there, they make one for a suppressor, but then you can also, obviously, depending on what type of gun you're running or whatever else, length of barrel. So you can size that up. But once you get this thing set, man, literally all I have to do is attach this, turn that on. I'm ready to shoot. I can sit there, do grouping drills. It's not affecting my point of impact. So I prefer the magneto speed. I think generally it's more accurate for me. It's been less hassle. The batteries in these last for years as opposed to one time. But there's guys who've gotten really proficient, and I've seen guys throw up the lab radar just as fast. I can pretty much attach this, not quite as fast, but me, I'm not a fan. I got the lab radar right over there, sitting right over there.
He's usually sitting on the
I've
shelf.
used it 2 or 3 times. I need to play with it a little bit more. I just recently updated the firmware. That might have been the issue too. So that's my answer. Long story short, but this thing is a game changer. I love this thing. This is one of my favorite items of all of 2022.
I'm going to show this comment because someone brought up this YouTube channel to me the other day and asked me if I watched it. Mark and Sam, they're an Australian couple that are always shooting ultra long.
Never heard
distance. Of her. Apparently, we need to watch them. Yeah, that would be cool. We just travel the world being a marksman team. You don't seem thrilled. Fine.
No, again, folks, I definitely want to get Summer and more videos. Number one, man, it's so much, even whether it's Summer or one of the kids playing around with me in one of the videos, it's so much more natural than sitting there talking to, that thing and trying to have some personality about you.
It's a hard job.
It is like, so anyway, we're going to get Summer more videos.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Sure. I'm just usually, I would love to, and I intend to. I'm just usually doing a million other things, and I can't really break away to do a video. When
Yeah, and I don't care who you are. It's easy to feel very self-conscious on those videos. What I had to do, folks, I told myself, look, you're going to post the next 100 videos, no matter what. And the first, all of them were garbage in my mind, right? It's still some of those videos that I look back and watch a little. I'm like, oh my God, it's terrible. The lighting is terrible. The videography is terrible. What I say is terrible. How I laid out the video is terrible. But people are like, oh, that was a great video. So, yeah, but even me, I'm a pretty extroverted.
yeah, you're outgoing.
And I don't get embarrassed very easily, but it's very easy to be self-conscious about how you're saying it, what you want to say, remembering what to say, all those things. And, Summer feels that. Summer
every
feels
video I've been in, I've watched it back and I'm like, I turned to him and I'm like, I look like an idiot. He's like, no, you don't. And I'm like, yes, I do. Whatever. It is what it is. Do we want to do another giveaway or take another question?
Let's.
All right.
Is there any other?
There's one about break-in for long-range rifle, which we get this question all the time. And Brent,
very opinions of the gun world. Can you discuss proper break-in for a long-range rifle?
Brent has a rifle coming from us, so he needs to know.
First round. Brent, me and most modern shooters do not believe in a break-in process. In the sense that most people are talking. If you want to do that, now there's lots of people from the 70s, 80s, and 90s that are still stuck on that. They still believe in it, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. If you want to do it, because I have rifles that I broke in, and I have rifles that I just went out and shot. and they all shoot the same. So, essentially the break-in process, what you're talking about, the traditional break-in process where you shoot one round, clean it, up to like 5 rounds, and then you shoot 5 rounds and clean it, goes through that whole thing. That really came from, back when we weren't that good at machining, right? So there's a lot of tooling marks and things like that were left in the barrel. And basically what you're doing is you're using those rounds, and you're making sure that there is no carbon or copper buildup, so that the round itself, the projectile itself, is making contact with the lands and grooves, and is basically cleaning up all of those, both macroscopic and microscopic imperfections. So you're basically using that bullet to lap the barrel. I mean, that's really what the process was. I still am not necessarily convinced that was ever really needed. And I think that process would take place no matter what. But with modern machining, folks, it just don't. And the only gun makers that will still say to, typically I'm talking about companies. I don't know of any custom gun makers today that would tell you to do a barrel break-in process in the traditional sense. I believe that there's still some companies out there that still have that have a prescribed break-in process, and I think that is specifically to get out of having to do warranty work. So what they'll say is, did you break it in? Explain to me your break-in process. And at that point, they can write you off and say, oh, you didn't break it in the way that we told you to. That's what I believe. But I don't believe in a barrel break-in. Now, a barrel does break in. And what I mean by that is, at first that gun is going to carbon foul, and more so copper foul a lot more at the beginning. And so your groups are going to open up a lot faster. So you're going to end up cleaning it more at the beginning, and that's how often, it really doesn't matter. But once you get to about, between 100 and 200 rounds, that is going to basically stabilize the barrel, copper stabilize the barrel, where you're not getting as much copper fouling every single time. So I don't believe in a barrel break-in process, in the fact that cleaning it, you are going to have to clean it more often in the beginning, because it's going to foul more, which means your groups are going to open up more. But as far as, some prescribed cleaning process, that's nonsense, in my opinion.
This directly ties into this real quick. Melissa says, if you're shooting a PRS match, would you just not clean your rifle if you were getting good groups? Just not clean until the groups worsen?
Yeah, no.
That sounds like exactly what you
100%.
just said. Okay.
Yeah. So, depending on how many rounds and stuff that you're shooting, and what I would probably do is I would make sure that, my gun is clean. I'd make sure I have 15, 20 rounds through that barrel before I show up to the match. And, that's where I'd want to be. I'd be somewhere around 20 rounds. I know between 20 and 150 rounds on most guns. And again, you'll get to know your gun. If you're shooting groups with that gun all the time, and there again, have to be, it depends on how fresh that barrel is. There's a lot of factors and variables. The fact of the matter is, you got to get to know your gun. And you will see very quickly, if you're doing grouping drills, if you're putting the time and the trigger time in, you'll get to know that gun and know exactly what that gun does with the ammo that you're shooting, because the ammo matters. Also, weather matters. It may open up a lot quicker in cold weather versus hot weather, or vice versa. So you got to put the time in, and to take one kind of cookie cutter concept and put it on something that is very variable driven is absolute insanity. You're gonna get to know that gun. All right.
Let's do a giveaway. Maybe, just maybe, we have a chance of getting it right this time. Might be hard.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, folks, what time is it? It is 8:56. We have till 8:58 numbers now. Summer's locking her numbers in. Ooh, that's not a good one.
It is a good one.
That's a terrible number.
You don't know what that number means, then.
Oh my gosh.
You should rethink that comment.
Oh, Jesus.
This is heavy.
Freaking gold.
All right.
What else we got? Oh God, here
Oh,
they come.
geez.
We had a delay clearly because now it's playing catch up. It's just,
Holy moly.
Donald Bolt, Tonto. Don't make it.
I already know my number for my last one too.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, you with your
I'm waiting on you to call time.
photographic memory. What did I say? 8:58.
I don't know. I wasn't
8:58. I
listening.
think.
I was tuning you out as usual.
So rude. If you have a timestamp of 58,
You're done.
your number is DQ'd.
Better get it in.
D-Kit, go home. Just joking. Stay here. Hit like, subscribe. Go to our website.
You sound desperate. I'm just kidding.
Hit like, subscribe, please.
Please. Come on. Wow, you gave them so much time.
Well, I'm generous. Called being generous. Richard Jenkins. There's a bunch of new people
Just
showing
to
up.
clarify, Jared, you get one guess. So we're taking your first one. Whatever we scroll up and see as your first one, that's what your guess is.
Yeah. You're a latecomer, Jared. It's
Yeah.
okay. We're glad you're here,
One
though.
guess. One
But
guess.
you only get one guess.
Yep.
We got to do the rules every
Because
single.
people are coming in the middle and they're not.
Yep.
Jared's like,
That's our fault.
It's our
It's our
fault,
fault.
Jared. We don't blame you. I'm just saying. It's
Summer's
one
fault.
number. One number.
Jared Summer takes full responsibility.
No, well, it's Gary's fault because he's not very good at rules. All right, you're done. Everybody's done.
What was your number? I remember.
My number was
Terrible number.
81.
Did
And
anyone have 81?
That is a significant number, Gary.
It is
It's
a significant
good number. Okay.
Very significant number.
Look, somebody wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All
I
right.
see 87.
I'm just gonna start at the top because it gets.
Start at the top.
Yeah, it gets.
Scroll down. You have to go through 60 guesses.
Oh my God, where is the top?
I think you might be in the last
No.
one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Dang it, I hate it
Love.
when you're right.
Everybody mark this time.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going to go back and watch this live stream at 1:51 every now and then. Just
So
to hear her
Iron
say
Camel had 86. There's got to be one closer. There's 85, Steve Fisher.
Mm. Remind me to go back up to the top and
85.
there's a question.
Yeah, I know.
88.
85. What's closer? 85 is 4 apart, and Tonto is at 77, which is 4 apart.
Oh gosh. I might have to do a tiebreaker.
Yeah, right? All right, somebody get closer. We don't have to do a tiebreaker. No offense, guys. No offense. Jared got 70. Oh, no, that was his mini one. That was not his first guess.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. Write down, there's 84.
But that was after we cut off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brent. You were
Yeah.
however many seconds.
Oh, he said I had 84. Oh, crap. I had 84. Where did Brent have 84 at? I didn't see it.
That's true.
If that's true,
He's
you
the
won.
winner.
I got to find it, though. Not that I don't trust you, but
She doesn't trust you, Brent. I'm sorry.
I
Sorry,
have
questioning your integrity
I
right
have
here
trust issues.
in live,
Where is Brent?
real time.
Do you see it? He has a green icon. There he
it
is. But that's not a number. That's a comment. Yeah, I don't see. Brent, I don't see your comment. Didn't come through in time, or you're saying, oh crap, I had 84 and didn't put it in time. Is that what's going on here?
Well, here's what we're going to do. Write down a number, babe. Write down a number. It was Brent, and it was way up.
At the top before all the questions.
What was it before the...
Was it when we called this giveaway, though?
Go back up.
He was still talking about the break-in. I posted several others saying, they have 84. Okay. Everybody's saying they see it. You must have been while I was writing down my number, or.
All right. Brent's the winner.
All right, Brent.
You're
See, Brent, I told you to get on here and look at that. You won something.
He said, did somebody say they had 80?
Where?
That's what that comment said. Somebody else had 80.
Where?
Go up higher.
This, Vic?
I don't know.
80.99. Any good? LOL. Is that what you're talking about?
But somebody else had 80.
84, Brent.
Okay. I thought I saw a
There is
comment.
84. Everybody's saying there is 84. So we're just not seeing. It was
All right.
too far up for us to see.
Brent, you win, buddy.
All right, 84, Brent.
You are the winner chicken dinner. Let's see what we got here. We got a box. This, sir.
Oh, I know what this is.
It's a major award. Major award. Most of you don't get that reference, and it's sad.
Guys, make sure you email us as well.
Fragile.
Fragile.
It's French. I think that says fragile.
Must be French. Thanks for helping
What
us
is
out,
it?
guys, when we're having issues scrolling through all these comments.
All right. What you have here, sir, is a smart mat. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning.
And I wrapped this, by the way. Did you see it was nicely wrapped?
It's garbage. There was no artistic flair.
AR-15
So vanilla wrapped.
smart mat.
You also get a gun block there. And
This is a
you
3 for
get a
boar snake.
boar snake. 2, 2, 3. So
It's
there's
not
a couple
any boar
different.
snake.
It's not any boar snake. I actually love these. These are one of my favorite boars. All contained. It's not wrapping up a bunch of crap in your thing. These are great. And then anyways,
Boss.
so
Okay.
this is 5.56. These also come in 9mm. A couple of counters. Look on our website. If you do not want 5.56 223, then you can request another one in your email at services@paramountTactical.com. Make sure you like, subscribe.
Brent is like and subscribed. I know. I talk to him
I
all the
know.
time. All right. There was a question up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Back.
So
Scroll for 3 hours. No, I'm just kidding. No, I saw it. The one that about the older gentleman.
when we got a couple thousand people on here, how are we gonna do giveaways?
We're not gonna do it like this. I can tell you that.
We're gonna do it like this.
No, we're not.
I'm a higher.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, any valiant older guy that can no longer do positions very well, taking a class, can't run and gun anymore, but I can still sit on a hill. Wouldn't want to waste your time or time for others.
We have
Dominic?
accommodations for you.
Yeah, and look, especially long range level 1 and level 2,
Yeah.
there's no running and gunning, right? So you're there to learn, and you're not going to learn ballistics and the fundamentals of marksmanship running around and me making you doing 10 other things other than shooting. So you're learning ballistics, you're learning the fundamentals of marksmanship, and you're pretty much just chilling out there. I think long range shooting is one of the best activities, fun, gratifying activities that people that aren't as mobile as they once were can do. Of course, you know, PRS has kind of brought the whole thing that they bring to it as far as getting into, you're basically running and gunning, moving from position to position, getting down into different positional shooting. We do teach in level 2. We do, in kind of a slow manner, teach positional shooting. Get more into that than we do in level 1. But level 1 is learning the gun, learning the proper fundamentals, and we've had people there 85 years old.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would do great, and you'd have a good time.
Yeah. Yep.
What else we got?
That was
That was the question.
that was the question.
Let's see.
Bending Ballistics says it's 81 the year you and Gary got married, or the year you guys started dating. No.
If you were here, sir, I would punch you in your mouth. I'm not gonna lie.
How old would we be if we were like?
Well, I was born in 80.
I would be my mom's
age
age if I was 20 and 81. No, I was born in 81.
Yeah. You'd be your mom's
God
age.
bless the world with me for you to have in 1981.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be my mom's age.
Any new info
No, we haven't. We keep getting asked about this too,
Mm.
and they said they were gonna put it out, and they have
Yeah,
not put it out.
and I'll tell you, folks, day on the fence after what
It
was
was
that
after
new
Uvalde.
Uvalde
They got
shooting?
hit hard.
Um,
I felt bad.
if you guys saw our live stream with the gentleman that was on there that was involved with, he actually contacted us shortly after and asked us to take that down, which we did, of course, because all the employees were being targeted during that. So they were doxing them. They were people were threatening down defense employees and everything else. So they've definitely gotten much more reclusive, I guess I would say. I think I shot an email. I don't think I got a response on that. But no, no answer on that so far.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I was born in 81. I am 41.
Mm-mm-mm.
I had to do math in my head. Look, there's a lot of 81 babies. Anyway. Any other questions? Oh, thanks for the response. Love your channel. Looks like he's flicking you off there, Gary.
He's flicking you off. You don't like
Ed
81.
said, dang, I got shoes older than you do. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still young.
What makes, is that Daniel Defense or is that something else? I'm not.
I think he's asking for both of them. You got
Gotcha.
Noveski and Daniel Defense.
Yeah, I knew, but I didn't know if that's what the DD meant in that instance.
You know, that's a good question. Good question. I do think that Daniel Defense and Noveski, both of those, you can look at their guns. Number one, most of those, especially Noveski, I know at one time pretty much only made billet guns. I think they've both gotten away from that. But I will say this on both of those guns, both of those brands, their quality control was always really good. I don't know what they are lately. I know most of these premium brands have also started offering kind of lower tier offerings, if you will. But you know, even if you take a completely billet gun that has had a lot of quality control, does it make it better than some other type of rifle? Not necessarily. So, you know, there's overkill on on a lot of rifles.
Is Noveski the company that has a bunch of the stripped lower receivers that have all the different designs and stuff?
No,
have all the crazy designs. That's not Noveski?
I don't think that's Noveski. I know what you're talking about. They have like
what
the
company?
skull.
They have all kinds of
the
stuff.
mag.
What company am I talking about, guys?
I don't know.
There's a pretty pricey strip receivers.
They are. They are.
Anyway.
Let's see. Yeah, let me put this another way. I'm thinking about that question. There are lots of guns that are a lot cheaper that will perform just as well. Let's answer it like that. But there again, there's lots of watches that will tell the time just as well as a Rolex. So doesn't mean they're not premium. I think they are, but you can definitely get a very similar performance a lot cheaper if that's what you're looking for. I'll tell you one of the things I was going to bring up tonight for my top gear of 2022, which has really been the top gear or so for the last 8 years or so, is my primary weapon systems. Just like LWRC, it is a piston gun. The difference between the primary weapon system guns is they're a long stroke, which is similar to the AK-47, whereas the LWRC is a short stroke system. There's pros and cons to both of those, but I have absolutely loved my PWS. I'm on the second barrel of that thing. The first one I put at least 40,000 rounds through. I think it's probably closer to 50 between my usage over 8 or 9 years and letting clients use them and things like that. So I'm a big fan of PWS. I like the way those run. And they cost less than LWRC, but definitely more than most standard direct impingement guns.
All right, let's answer. Tim, thanks for bumping your question, letting us know that we missed it because it was in the midst of.
Yeah, folks, if you ask a question, make sure that and we missed it, throw it back up there, please.
Yep. He says, is a Kestrel necessary for long range? I'm trying to start building dope for our guns. I've got it out to 600, but by 800, my dope falls apart. Currently using 4 DOF. I'm probably saying that wrong.
4DOF. I don't know what that is.
Okay, good. I don't feel bad then.
4DOF is probably some sort of ballistic program or something like that. No, you don't need a Kestrel, right? You don't need any ballistic programs or anything else. You need to get spotter, and you need to be taking dope down, your data down every single round. Man, you guys, it's funny to me. And again, you know, I came up in long range shooting. I went to sniper school in 2003. Yeah, 2003. And you know, we didn't have any fancy electronics or anything else. So you need to be taking data down every single round that you shoot, figuring out where you were aiming, what you had on the gun, and where your impact was, and document that every single time. If you do that, you never have to touch an electronic. Now, where those come in handy is giving you mainly density altitude. The only time that I use my Kestrel is sometimes I'll take wind readings off of it. If I'm seeing something weird out there, I can read the wind very accurately just looking through a spotting scope or through a gun. So I don't use it for that. And you know, taking a wind reading where you're at doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot anyhow. It can. But it is definitely not the answer. You need to be looking at all through the length of your trajectory, and you could possibly have 4 different winds between you and 800 yards. But if you're taking down that data, and what I find funny now is I didn't realize this was happening until, I don't know, one of our courses last year or the year before, where somebody had some data on that Kestrel or a ballistic program, and they weren't making hits with that data. So they were trying to figure out what's wrong with their gun, why they weren't making hits with the data that was coming off of that ballistic program. That's not the problem. The problem is that ballistic program is probably jacked up. Folks, there's a lot of the good and bad things about those ballistic programs and Kestrels in general, or any of those things is, you know, there's a lot, it allows you to put in a lot of data. It also allows you to toggle on, toggle off a bunch of different options on there, everything from the Coriolis effect to different spin drifts to all kinds of different things, folks. And if you have bad data going in, you're going to have bad data coming out. So you need to be shooting and take a notebook, right? Your data book, get a good data book, and document every single round that you shoot. And you will build your own dope. And who cares if it matches up with the ballistic program that you're using? It doesn't matter.
Aaron said, Gary, tell them what dope book you use. And that's the Impact Data Books. Those are the names of them.
Yeah. And so there's also, so even with the Impact Data Books, there's a bunch of different sheets and stuff in there.
You can customize that, right?
Where's my sniper data book that I have?
I think it was like sitting back. It's late. I think it's in one of those bins.
I actually want to go through.
And then he also clarified that the 4DOF is 4 Degrees of Freedom, which is an app from Hornady.
Yeah. I don't pay a lot of attention to those apps, to be honest with you. I'll pull them out to find drop tables and things like that. That's how I use them. So this is my actual, get rid of that thing, please. This is my actual data book from sniper school. Folks, and I know this is probably impossible for you to see, but every single round, your aiming point and then where your round actually impact was documented. Every single
You want me to hold that up there?
round. And it was funny. I actually went and visited a friend in Arizona. We went to sniper school together. Got all these fancy tabs up here. Anyways, we went to sniper school together, and somehow he had ended up with this. And so I went and visited him in Arizona, and he pulls this out. He's like, I don't know how I ended up with your data book. I know how I ended up. I have better data. That's why. But, you know, just going through and looking at how meticulous that we were with our data. And this is, and I actually want to go through, because the problem is you get these different, those impact data books, they have all kinds of different data sheets. And a lot of those things don't make a lot of sense to me. So you kind of got to go through that. You got to do 2 things. Number one, they have many different types. So you got to find one that makes sense to you. And then you can actually order like a specific type, or you can buy one of those books that comes with a variety. And then you got to get out there and do some shooting with it and then figure out which one works for you and which one you like and what makes sense to you. That's one thing that there's a couple things that I plan on making very soon. There's some targets, some paper targets that I plan on making. I got the design set up and all that stuff. I'm gonna be making those pretty soon, and then data books, because I don't like the format that most of those come with, and I think they need to be simplified a little bit. But anyways, you don't need the electronics. Get rid of the electronics.
Do you want to do since we're a little over 2 hours now, do you want to do the last giveaway and then we can take any last questions?
Let's do that.
All right, this is it, right?
I think so.
This is it. Do you want to guess the number or you want me to?
You guess the number, babe.
Okay. Got it.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That's what you went with?
That's what I went with.
I had to pee for like 45 minutes. I'm holding it. I'm going strong for you guys.
Oh, here comes the flood. Here comes the flood.
You know what?
Oh,
While the
go
flood's
pee.
coming,
All right, you got until Gary gets back from the bathroom to guess your numbers. So,
Give him a number.
all right, you got till
Gotta ruin the mood for
at 9:19. Numbers are invalid. Now the light is on. The magic is ruined. One guess. Only one chance. One last chance. So far, I'm seeing someone that got pretty close. We didn't clarify the rules again, and people are it's one guess. So if you guess more than one number, we're taking your first number that you put up. Just FYI.
Good try.
Thank you for turning off the bright lights so you could hide my non-makeup face.
Hide my non-makeup face.
All right, time's up, guys. Time is up. And last comment is Sonoran Desert. Brent said, "Can you win more than once?" Sure.
Can you win more than
Like
once?
if you guess the right number more than once. It means you're just a good number guesser, I think.
Oh yeah.
We haven't had anybody win more than
I thought you were
once.
saying in one go.
No.
Like I was like, you can't.
Brent's pretty confident in himself, though.
That's good.
That's good.
I like it.
All right, so the number was 4, and I saw someone that came within 2 of it. Let me see if we get any closer. I saw that Tom Connor guessed the number 4, which was within 2. You guys thought I was going to pick another high number, didn't you? Yep, Tom Connor got 2 on the money, and then 4 was the number, so that's the closest.
So he got 2 on the money.
He got 2 on the money.
4 was the number. What does that even mean?
Look, it is past my bedtime.
Look at Tim got 41 on the money. Tim G 41 on the money. Big Boy got 7 on the money.
He's dying tonight, guys. Ask your questions now, because the expert will be dead. Let me tell you.
95 on the money.
95 on the Shut
Look
up.
at what he got.
Shut up. He's dead. He is dead. Okay. Yep. Tom, you got it. If you are coming to any wrestling matches this year, we can give it to you there. If not, we'll ship it to you. So, Tom Connor, you got to open it. See what he got. Gary.
I can't read. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me in front of the YouTubers. All right, let's see what we got here.
Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it air?
Packing peanuts. Yay. Tactical packing peanuts, though.
Don't
What do you
ever
get?
ship me a package with packing peanuts.
Ship packing tons of packing peanuts.
No.
I'm gonna get a packing peanuts for a birthday.
Don't ever.
A box.
Ever.
Boom.
Ooh.
We got a Sure Grip HSGI. That's high speed gear.
Padded, slotted, Sure Grip, tactical,
Yeah.
cool belt.
These are actually
These
awesome belts.
These are $130 value.
By the way, so again, these come in multiple sizes, multiple colors. You're welcome to go onto our website and pick the color and the size that
Not
you would
you,
like.
Tom.
I would highly recommend that you go up a size. So if you normally on these, if you're normally a like I would be, these are kind of designed to go from the kind of the 3 to the 9 on the waist. That's how they're sized. So I would be a large. This is, well, I probably even could be a medium. This is about how I want it to fit. They actually might have made these a little bit bigger.
No, you have to size up on the Cobra belt to run through it.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know that. So
Okay.
yeah, you do need a Cobra belt to run through these. But the large is
What size is that?
This is a large. The large used to only go to here. I think they've sized them differently.
Look at
But
you
this is
getting.
about where you want.
Look at you getting skinny.
This is about where you want it to fit, and so this would be, yeah. I used to always get these.
Tom said, "I'm a big boy." Well,
So-
we'll make sure you get the right size.
Yeah. All right.
Melissa said, "Did you wash your hands?"
What's that?
Melissa said, "Did you wash your hands?"
Shut up, Melissa. It's like a business. Of course I did. Of course I did.
Oh, stop. Oh, Daryl said he'll help me dispose of the body if I give him some guns.
I was just looking at this. My first entry was 18 November 03. This was my book during sniper school. 18
Well,
November
that's what you said.
20. I know.
I believed you.
I couldn't remember the exact date. Now I know. That's when I started.
November what?
18 November 03. 2003. 2003. All right. That was a minute ago.
So you were in it during Thanksgiving?
I was.
Were you out by Christmas?
No.
You were in it Christmas?
I think it was.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
It
You
was
were
like
deployed.
8 weeks.
You were deployed in the middle of a war.
I was.
Holidays weren't the same.
Sinjar, Iraq, where I went to sniper school. Anyways.
All right. We had some final questions here. Peter says they're in West Virginia. Or they're in Deep Creek traveling through West Virginia.
Oh, nice.
Peter did a fly over our house last time he was out flying.
That was creepy. Just joking, Peter. You gotta come by and do some wing dips. Number one, hey Peter, all joking aside, I want to get my pilot's
Oh,
license.
God.
I'm getting my pilot's
Don't
license.
feed into this, Peter. We
Peter?
can't afford any more expensive habits.
Peter, well, first of all, planes are pretty much free.
No, they aren't.
I've
like a
heard
boat.
that pilot school is free too.
Jesus.
But Peter, we need to talk. I really do want to get my pilot's license.
Okay.
I need to do some flying.
Here's a good
I've always wanted to die in an
good
airplane crash.
question that
What is your preferred
We get
California
asked
long
a lot as
range?
well.
And do you have a recommendation for a newbie myself? LOL. Yeah, I get this question a lot, and it is generally the same answer. I mean, it's really hard to beat 6.5 Creedmoor. Everybody kind of wants to find something. I think most people want to find something that's different. But 6.5 Creedmoor is just such a great round. It replaced 308 essentially as far does it. Is a little bit better, less recoil. As far as a new shooter, or even, and the thing about it, it's definitely a great round for a new shooter, but it's also still a very competitive competition round. It's cheap, it's easy to find, components are easy to find. Typically, when you're reloading, it's hard to beat 6.5. If some other options out there, if you want something that is going to be more competition driven, you might want to look at 6 Creedmoor or 6x47 Lapua or 6XC or some of the 6mm calibers. But 6 or 6.5, hard to beat. Just understand the 6 Creedmoor or any of the 6 calibers, you're going to burn through barrels faster. I think 6.5 Creedmoor is that nice happy medium when it comes to availability, low recoil, cheap ammo, not going to burn through barrels that quick. So 6.5 Creedmoor, hard to beat that.
Melissa has a great suggestion that kind of goes along with that. She said, suggestion of video on how to start a dope book and what to record. I know there's probably a lot of people that don't know what data they even need to collect.
That is actually an excellent suggestion, Melissa. I do. So, there's a lot of things like that I take for granted. I just assume that people know, but you're right. And even like, one of our best videos ever is like how to clean a gun. I was like, I was making that video, I was like, this is stupid. Nobody's gonna, everybody knows how to clean a gun. So I definitely need to a lot of times focus on some of those basic things like that. That is a great suggestion. I will do that. And I am going to create my own dope book, or at least pages to fill some of those 3-binder dope books out there. Oh God, what happened?
Uh-oh. We lost the camera.
Oh, we did. Hold on, folks.
Hold on. Camera's coming back. John, good night. Thanks for tuning in. Got to get up early and save the world. I get it.
We still see
Stick with us. Folks. Yep, we can still see your questions. I guess Peter said it's all the pilot stuff is free. Melissa said, just like guns, pilot school is free.
Yeah.
But Jeff does have a good suggestion. He says use vocational rehab for your pilot's license, but you could use your...
Yeah, I've actually heard that my
GI bill
that I haven't ever used will pay for it.
Yep, that would be cool.
That would be cool. I also heard that if you were a combat veteran, you were allowed to steal a plane.
You're allowed to steal a plane if you're a combat veteran? Cool. Daryl says that's what happens when you don't wash your hands. You're in stealth mode. Nope. Nope.
Right now. Go to go down to the bottom there.
Where?
Bottom left over there. These sort of, yeah, remove it for a second.
Nope. I removed and added.
Let me see. I've done this before.
We're working on it, guys.
Bear with us.
Daryl says the
Boom.
we should be back.
All right, we should be back.
All right, there we
Should
go.
be back. All right.
We can see you. Can you see us?
Can you guys see us? Can you hear us? Everybody hear us? We good.
All right.
All right,
yep,
folks.
We're back.
Yeah. So, Peter, I definitely want to get with you and talk about what that process is and the best way to go about getting my pilot's license.
I see some people are jumping off. I realize it's getting late. I wasn't here at the beginning, but I was watching, and I wanted to kind of go back to what Gary was saying about gratitude. And we're very thankful for you guys. We really appreciate the repeat business, the new business, you guys trusting us with, coming to us for the expert knowledge and trusting us with your purchases. And
referrals, we get a lot of referrals.
Yep. If you guys can spread the word about us, that would be great.
Yep.
And that's kind of what this was about, is just to give back to you guys with no strings attached, and show our gratitude toward you guys for supporting us and making this possible for us to do. For Gary to work me to death.
Yep. Again, so for those of you that don't know, I still have a government job that's ending this year, 2020, early 2023. So I am really pumped up about doing that. It is very difficult to, get so engaged with everything that we do here, and then I go travel or just get engaged with work stuff, and constantly coming back and forth mentally, physically, catching up, and all these other things. So I'm really looking forward to being able to do this, what I love, full time, and I'm really excited about that. But we definitely need your support if that's going to be possible.
Yep. Spread the word about us, share our website, share our YouTube videos. just all the normal things you would do anyway. When you go to a good store in town and find something you like or have good service at a restaurant, you tell your friends about it. Please do that for us.
Yep.
It makes us putting out free content on YouTube possible. It makes it possible for Gary to do this full time, and you guys will get even more expert knowledge and content put out. So yeah. Someone asked a question how to claim the prizes. Please send us an email. We had put the email address up earlier. I'll type that again.
Services@ParamountTactical.com.
And I wrote down notes, and what happened?
You clicked on something.
Go over to comments.
I know.
I can't see down there what I've typed. I don't know if we're in the typing thing.
Hold on. I'm going to get rid of this thing. Past view.
Bear with us, guys. Anyway, send us an email. I wrote notes. We wrote names on prizes. So we should have all the info to verify with, but please send us an email with what you won and your shipping address so that we can get your items to you. Or, if you're local, we can, meet you somewhere or have you pick it up or however that works. That would be great.
Yep. Whatever we need to do, we'll happily ship that to you. And we're going to ship it to you for free, of course. And then, anyways, so that'll be that. Well, folks, thanks for showing up tonight. This was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, you guys, thank you for all the support for 2022. We got a whole lot more exciting stuff coming for 2023. Biggest year ever this year, bigger year coming next year. But until next time, stay armed, stay ready. We'll talk to you guys soon.